Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm Jordan Carpenter with Heartland Reptiles. I have the biggest announcement I've ever been able to make, second only to getting married to my wife and having my son Logan. So, really excited to be able to share this with you all and kind of what led up to it. So, a little bit different video today because this is the biggest news of Heartland Reptiles history. It all started with Mila. For those of you that aren't aware, check out the Instagram, some of the older YouTube videos. I did one specifically on her if you want to see that. Started doing education and research in 2017, 2018, got Mila in 2019. Fell in love with the species, obviously, and started getting more. I knew I wanted to breed. In 2021, I started adding additional animals with the preparation and knowing that I would need to grow them up and get of size and age to be able to breed. I've always known I wanted to be my own boss. I wasn't sure what avenue or facet, how I would be able to do that. But I knew that I didn't ever want to be reliant on sales of animals. There's just too much pressure. You can't guarantee that animals will breed and stuff like that. And frankly, I don't think it's fair to put the animals in that situation. At the number that I'm at, it's just not a realistic goal. And frankly, too risky and not fair to them. I started building the enclosures for myself. I saw that others were interested in them and slowly progressed. That was 2022 is when the design work started on enclosures. 2023 is when I started manufacturing them. The company that I work for was building them off of my design and specification. Took a huge risk in the fall of 2023. I drove all the way down to Dallas. I purchased a custom-made trailer to be able to haul all of my enclosures. It's a 24-foot overheight car hauler. And ironically, that trailer was completed the weekend after the show. So bought a custom trailer, didn't even get to use it. So I ended up having to kind of Tetris in everything into the biggest U-Haul pull-behind trailer. Throw a picture of me after the show sitting in the trailer with all the enclosures surrounding me. It was a huge risk, to put all that money into the enclosures and drive to a show that I didn't even have a space for guaranteed. The show was already sold out, so I just went down and basically begged and prayed that they let me vend. And Bob and Brian of NARBC were gracious. They let me vend. They literally made an additional spot for me. Part of the reason I'm wearing their shirt today. I'm very grateful for that opportunity. It helped get my foot in the door, and it really helped me start getting these enclosures out in front of people. I always felt it was important for people to be able to see them and touch them to understand the additional value that the powder-coated aluminum offers. Seeing them on camera is one thing, seeing them in person is another. And frankly, almost all of my sales have come from stuff like that. People seeing it in person, they want something like it, or maybe altered a little bit, and then I build them something custom. But it's been very pivotal for me being able to vend these shows. I've vended all of NARBC shows with the exception of Tinley, just due to wait lists. Those of you that know, Tinley is very competitive to get into. People don't give up their booths once they have them. I completely understand. So keep going a little bit further. In 2025, so last year, I had the company that I was working for manufacturing large enclosures for me. Another company was manufacturing the smaller arboreal enclosures. Due to labor costs, inflation, everything else that all of us experience in our daily lives, frankly, it just got too expensive to have other companies manufacture them for me. So made the calculated risk and went ahead and bought all of my own equipment. So spent thousands of dollars on a 1200 watt fiber laser, CNC cutter, welder, box and pan brake to be able to bend the metal, and went ahead and bought all of my own equipment. You guys have seen the shop as it's slowly progressed in some of the other videos. If you haven't, go check those out. It's continued to grow. I'm very grateful for the support and interest that customers have had in the enclosures. And it's gotten to another tipping point of I either need more time than I have with a full-time job, family, taking care of my animals, and then on top of that, manufacturing the enclosures. Something had to give. Family's never going to give, obviously. Caring for my snakes is never going to give. And so the only thing left was the enclosure side of the business or the day job. So the big news is on Friday, I turned in my 2-week notice and resignation to my day job and 21-year career. So frankly, very, very nervous, also very excited. I've gotten to the point where I need to try and take this full time in order to be able to facilitate and support the orders that I'm getting, which I am eternally grateful for all of you that have ordered enclosures in the past. Those of you that have ordered them knowing I was in this transition, have to send a huge thank you out to Aiden Bradley, Connor Price, Mark Hager. Those three especially have been immensely patient with me during this transition, so thank you all. Mark especially, I wouldn't have the chondro design if Mark hadn't helped me create it and design it for his animals using his knowledge. I wouldn't have felt comfortable not knowing the fine details of caring for that species. So without Mark, we wouldn't have the chondro stuff. But it's finally time to take everything full time. So as of May 4th, that will be my first official Monday of working full time for myself for Heartland Reptiles. For those of you that have supported me, again, thank you so much. Wouldn't have gotten to this point without everyone's support. I'm really excited to continue to keep growing this and see how far we can take it. Where that leaves us currently, great news is with Tenley opening up a new date and a new third show for the year, I did get space at the June Tenley. I've got 2 booths, so I have plenty of space to take plenty of enclosures. So those of you that are going to go to the June Tenley, please come check everything out. I mean, I bring some of the chondro enclosures, the 18-inch cubes, the 30 by 18 by 18, and what I'm most excited to really take and display and frankly debut, the new large enclosure designs. Instead of being instead of being powder coated aluminum that doesn't have anything on it, like I mentioned in last week's video, I'm now working with Stuart with Universal Rocks. So we will have 6 by 2 by 2s with Universal Rock background and lighting installed. So please come check those out. I'm really excited to show those. Probably do a little bit of video on it on the YouTube as I'm building them out as we move forward. I'm also planning on making a 6 foot wide by 4 foot tall by 2 foot deep enclosure to show a little bit bigger size availability. That'll also have the Universal Rock background as well. The Universal Rock background will be available in the 6 by 2 by 2, the 6 by 4 by 2, 8 by 2 by 2. If people want 10 or 12 feet by 2 by 2 or bigger, that's also available. It's just going to be upon request at first. The website is finishing up this month. Again, it's heartlandreptiles.com. So here in the very near future, you will be able to go and actually look at pictures of the enclosures, order them online. We'll get the animals up, the potential clutches and babies that will be hatching out, ironically, right before the June Tenley show. So that's another thing. Hopefully they hatch out before I have to leave for that show. The last thing that I have to mention that I'm really excited about is there's a gentleman in Oklahoma. I didn't get a chance to confirm if he was okay with me sharing who it is, but really awesome guy, really just loves the animals and exotics. He works with kangaroo, ringtail lemur, I believe, porcupine, all sorts of furry exotics more so. But I'm looking at building an 8 foot wide by 7 foot tall by 3 foot deep walk-in enclosure for an educational facility that he's building. So I'm excited to be able to build a really cool, large walk-in enclosure for the first time. But frankly, more importantly, be able to support somebody that's trying to do something for education and further the knowledge of exotic animals for younger generations. I think that's incredibly important. Without the people doing that, all of this dies with us. So um, I'm really excited about that. I really hope I can line up and make it work for him as well as me as far as getting that made. A lot of big things are happening. I'm very excited about them. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous or a little bit scared, but it's time to take the plunge and it's time to go full bore ahead. So for those that have supported me, again, thank you immensely from the bottom of my heart. For those that are new to me and the channel, please subscribe. There's going to be a lot of growth happening very rapidly here at Heartland Reptiles, and I'm very excited about it. I'm excited to share it with you all, and I hope you guys enjoy following along. So thank you guys for hanging out with me again. I know this is a little bit different format, a little bit slower. Don't have as much of the animals. I think I fed off something like 30 pounds of rabbits yesterday, so the animals that are big enough to eat rabbits are quite full. I didn't want to mess with them. But next week, we'll get back into the regular routine, showing animals, maybe some of the fabrication stuff like that, and get back into the groove of, you know, the more enjoyable, watchable content versus just hearing me talk. I had to take this week and share this big news because it's one of the biggest events in my life, and I am just beyond over the moon excited. I can't even put it into words how excited I am. So thank you again. Appreciate everybody's support, and I hope everybody has a wonderful week. We'll see you next Sunday.